Hey everyone, Marcia here, and if you are watching this video, then I know what you want. I'm here to tell you the 3 obvious reasons why your spells, rituals are not working. Why they're not working, how we can turn that all around, and save you some money from hiring all these practitioners. Masterclass is in session. But Marcia, I've bought all this stuff. I went in and scoured the internet, and I chose the spell that is perfect for me. I've got all the herbs, I've got the right color candle, I've got all that stuff. None of that stuff means anything, you all. It means absolutely nothing. It means something if you want it to mean something. There are several practitioners that are very efficient, very skilled, and they don't use anything. So, 3 obvious reasons why your spells and rituals are not working. Let's start number 3, and then we're gonna take it down. Number 3, you're not focused. That's so obvious, but it's actually one of the hardest things to do. It's as hard as it is for people to meditate. It is very, very hard. People will come to me and say, I want this person to love me, or I want this person back, or I want this. And then in the midst of them telling me what they want, then they want a bunch of other things. So I can already tell the way their mind works. If someone wants revenge, I want this person to hurt and suffer the same way I suffered, and still come back to me and want me and love me and do everything else so I can do whatever I want in the meantime, which is you really just want them back, but you want them to feel all this type of remorse. Here's the thing, you all, that is several different rituals. And I just gotta tell you guys, so you don't waste your money, no one will ever feel the way you feel. You cannot make another person feel exactly as you felt. If you were in love with somebody and someone broke your heart, it would take for them to be in love with someone else the same time as you. It would take for them to actually be you. Fall in love with somebody, as long as it was, as deep as it was, and then somebody break their heart. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of investment. If we're talking about love things and you want to bring them back, like, they're never going to feel how you feel. So the first things first, number 3 is you lack focus. You need to actually decide, what do you want? If you are using petition paper, if you got one of my ritual kits, you already know that your petition paper comes in, yes, petition paper, parchment paper, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot, it's big, it's wow. You can use it, not use it, whatever. But what is it that you want to happen? What is it that you want to happen? What is it that you truly want? If you're saying, I want this person to love me, do you now? Okay. And then I want them to take me shopping, and then I want them to do this, and then I want them to do that, and then I want them to do... Do you see where we're going? Do you see where I'm going? If you want revenge, well, I want them to feel as I feel. Okay, you just voided that whole thing out, because they're never going to feel how you feel. They're not you. I want them to lose their job. That's easy. That's a focus. But then most of you, 8, 9 times out of 10, you start trailing off. When you do your petition, or when you light your candle and start focusing in on it, if you're saying anything or doing whatever, your mind is trailing off and you're thinking about other things. You're thinking about something that has nothing to do with anything. You're thinking about the time. If it's to bring somebody back, you're thinking about how they hurt you, and how they, all the damaging things they said to you, and how they might be off with someone else. You're not focusing on the fact that you are back in my life right now. We are whatever, but you are back. You don't know how to silence your mind. Why is your work not working? I can tell you exactly what to do, and you can still goof it up. Why? Because at the end of the day, your mind is the thing that is in control. And when you allow your mind to trail off and go to different things, think of anything else, it's wrong. Now, on Facebook, I remember telling you guys how to use my ritual kits. And I said, the minute that you start thinking of something else, I gave the hint clue there. I was like, the minute that you start thinking of something else, put this candle down, put it away. If this is your power tool, do not get anywhere near it. If you are manifesting money, don't start thinking about how you got laid off. Don't start thinking about the bills that are due. We're not doing that. We're not putting the energy of angst and need and sorrow into it. We are putting empowerment, success, happiness, joy into this, because that's what we want to see happen. We are only focusing on what we want to see happen, and we're putting ourselves there. You cannot be in the present, and you darn sure can't be in the past to make your manifestations come to life, come to fruition. So that is the difference between practitioners, and that's just one of the differences between practitioners and people who are not practitioners. A lot of people are able to be practitioners. All of you have magic in you. I tell you that. You don't have to come to me to have me do these things for you. If you are very capable and have the desire to do them for yourself, I am all about people doing it for themselves versus me pushing off and saying, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I'm busy too. Let's get it so it's more powerful coming from you. Not saying it's not powerful coming from me, but it means something more when you can say, I did this for myself. So, what's your plan of action? How are you going into this ritual? How are you going into this spell? Are you just taking a book and saying, okay, there's a book up there, but I won't grab it. And saying, this book says I need to do this. Throw all of that out the window. You do what you want to do. Even when it comes to my ritual kits, do it as you want to do it. Say what you want to say. If you want to use petition paper and you want to write something out, if you want to burn it beforehand, if you want to keep the petition paper, if you want to melt wax on it, if you want to sleep with it under your pillow, if you want to carry it on your person, if you want to make photocopies of it and put it everywhere, whatever you want to do is right. All we need you to do is have focus. Train your mind to focus and see only what it is you desire and envelope yourself in that feeling. Envelope yourself in what it actually is that you want, whether it's what some would consider good or some would consider bad. That's between you and you and you and you. So serious. So, number 3, why is it that your spells are not working? It's so obvious. I told you guys it was so obvious. You're not focused. You don't have a plan. You don't have, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and that is it. It doesn't matter how far you burn a candle down. It doesn't matter how, do not let people scare you into saying you can't relight something. Do not let people scare you into saying you cannot photograph or video your stuff. You guys, I do not have a working altar. So what you see is what you see, and if I move it, if I change it, and you guys see things change all the time, that's that. That's fear-based thinking. I just want to throw that in there. That's fear-based thinking. So I'm gonna say this again. Have a plan. What is it that you desire? And hone in on that. We can't do 70 different things. We shouldn't have 70 different emotions. It should be one thing. Focus, laser focus, and it should be your whatever makes you happy. So if someone's doom makes you happy, if you get revenge, okay, but just put all your energy and focus into that. All right? I love a good potion. I do. I'm obsessed with them. I have things all around. Some things I won't use. Some things a client will come and I'll be like, yes, I already got that ready. It's ready. This oil is ready. I can do this, that, and the other. Oftentimes I also make things one-off. But here's the thing. Number 2, why is your spell not working? You don't really want it. You don't really want it. Some of you claim you want to harm people or make a guy or a gal that turns you down suffer, when actually you want their love and adoration. Actually, you want things to be like they were. Actually, you don't know what you want. This takes it back to number 3, right? you have to be focused. Your spell is not working because it's not what you truly desire. You have ancestors, patron demons, guardian angels, whatever you want to call them. You do have things working for your benefit. If it's not what you truly want, not what is in the best good for you, greater good, whatever you call it, it's not going to manifest. And if it does manifest, you're going to be sorry about it. But I'm going to tell you this. Why is your spell not working? Why is your ritual not working? Because you never wanted it in the first place. You never wanted it in the first place. Some of you don't actually want the person that you think you want back. You don't. You just don't want them to be with anybody else before you. Some of you never truly cherished the person that was in front of you. So you don't really want them back. Some of you are just bored. Some of you want jobs back or claim you want your jobs back. Some of you, well, you were miserable there. Did you really want it back? Because you kind of manifested away. You always spoke ill of it. So the universe gave you what you wanted, just not when you wanted it, how you wanted it. Now you want it back? No. You put too much energy into downplaying that job. You put too much energy into saying how much you hated your boss, your coworkers, and you wish to be elsewhere and you could do better elsewhere. Why is your spell now not working? No matter what you try, no matter who you pray to, no matter what color candle you light, why is your spell and ritual not working? Because it's not truly what you want. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Make sure, I always say ask not, want not, but make sure that you know that you are not the downfall that you're trying to repair. You know what I'm saying? Make sure if you were crappy and horrible to your mate and you cheated on them or you abused them or you talked down to them or you just thought that life would be better elsewhere, universe will probably look at you sideways if you try to get them back, right? Try as you might. All you're going to do is think about, you're going to get guilty or you're going to think about the bad times or whatnot. See, you're going to sabotage it yourself. 3 and 2 is going to come into play there. Why is it not working? Because it's not what you want. Subconsciously, you have more power in blocking what society deems you should have, or you're saying, okay, now I want this back. You have all the power in blocking that. All the power. So, again, number 2, why is your spell and ritual not working? You don't really want it. Some of you are just testing the water. Some of you are just saying, okay, this spell looks easy. Let me just fire up a candle, think of something, hocus pocus, abracadabra, boom, shakalaka, whatever, and that should work. It's not what this is. That's not how that works. That's pretty darn rude and offensive. You don't want something, you just want to see if you can get it. You could get it. Eventually, you could get it. You could get it right away. What you gonna do with it? Just saying. The number one reason why, come on closer, really listen to this one. The number one reason why your spells and rituals do not work when you perform them, and they work when a practitioner performs them or someone else, or number one reason is because you haven't done work on yourself. I want you to know that. I want you to take that with you. I want you to share it with 1 billion people, strangers on the street. The reason why you do not get what you request, no matter how dramatic, elaborate, or even simple your spells are, your rituals are, because you haven't done the work on yourself. It's something that if you've had readings with me, I've dropped little gems like that multiple times to people. If you want money and you want it to fall out of the sky, and let me just tell you all this, there is no reason that any person, practitioner or otherwise, should be doing money spells every week, probably not even every month. But if you want money to fall out of the sky, it can. But then you're going to ask for money to fall out again and again and again and again. You haven't done any work on yourself to actually attain wealth. You've just done little spells to say, okay, give me this, give me that. You haven't understood your emotional tie to money. You haven't understood any karmic debts that you had. You haven't seek to repair or improve anything about yourself. Now, it shouldn't be quiet at all, so I wouldn't say quiet as it's kept, but practitioners are always doing work on themselves to improve themselves. You all should as well. Self-help is truly self-help. If you want to attain wealth, you need to actually be performing rituals on yourself so that you're not just, the money doesn't just slide from your hands. So you aren't, so you're clearing any debts if you believe in karma. So you have a firm grip on what is going on in the financial world. You can do rituals to kind of, smarten up. You can do rituals to glamour up. You can do rituals to there are rituals for everything. Spells and rituals. If you want love or you want someone to come back, as I always say, what are they coming back to? What part of you have you changed? Are you still the same? Do you still have the same unhealthy habits? Do you have the same desires? Has anything about you improved? Has your sense of self improved? Before you put rituals or spell work or anything on anyone else, it's a good idea to put them on you. You're probably going to say, Marcia, have you done? I've put more rituals on myself for my memory, for, my ability to listen, so on and so forth. I've done the due diligence. So when I decide to do a working, which I don't do a lot of workings often, meaning like, oh, I want this, let me do this. No, I always do the mundane work first. I do the work that I can do on my own first, and then I make sure I do work on me, so whatever I'm asking for, I can keep. Because how often are you all asking for love spells and so on and so forth, and wondering why is the person still leaving? What are they staying for? What did you really ask for? You need to know what to ask for. Same thing I always say on Facebook for my tarot readings. Always treat practitioners like genies, but treat the universe like a genie. Be careful what you ask for. So, number one reason why your spells and rituals are not working, because of you. Because you don't have the wherewithal to make them manifest, because you are not in the right frame of mind, because you are not doing anything to change it. See, the universe can open up the doorways, but you still have to walk through. If you're not willing to get off the couch, if you're not willing to go out and date, where's this love coming from? If you're not willing to make good financial decisions and not toy with your money or not be reckless, how are you going to attain and how are you going to maintain? Those are just the two of the most common. So, again, 3 reasons why. Number 3, you're not focused. Number 2, it's not really what you want. And number 1, you've done no work on yourself. If you can change those 3 things, you can make magic happen. If you can change those 3 things, you won't need to go to any other practitioner or anyone else to say, hey, what do I need to do? Hey, what can I do? You don't have to ask another practitioner. You are your own practitioner. You don't have to ask another one anything of how to do this. What should I do with this? Should I put oil on this? Should I let it burn all the way down? Should I let it burn on a certain day, a certain night? Listen, let's be very, very clear. Those rules, they can go out the window. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, no, they can't. Yes, they can. Everyone came up with something that people are just going along with and going along with. You go along with what works and what fits for you. You have to go with what works and what fits for you. Unless you are a part of a certain sect, where you can only do certain things. If you're a voodoo or a hoodoo or whatever, Luciferian, whatever it is that you are, okay, if you want to follow those rules, go for it. Wicca, if that's what you are, sure, follow those rules. But I'm telling you, if you can just do a 180 on all three of these things, your spells, your rituals will work. As a matter of fact, they more than likely will change what you thought you wanted. You'll be like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna want this instead. I'm gonna go with this, and bam. Do not be surprised. I'm gonna tell you this. Do not be surprised if they happen almost immediately. Do not be surprised if they happen within a couple days. And do not be surprised if you do the work, forget it, and then bam, out of nowhere. Just saying, right? So, those were the three things. And I really hope you took something from this. So, if there is anything you can add to it, if there's any other reason, if you have spells and you're wondering why they're not working, leave them in the comments. If you have other things to add to it and you're like, you know what, Marcia, there's another reason, because I do have a fourth reason why your things aren't working, but I guess I'll save that for another video and we'll go really in depth. Now, it's nothing that's going to stop anything, but the key word to that one is desperation. So we'll definitely talk more about that one. And yeah, that's that. So I wish you all amazing manifestations. I wish you all a safe and healthy journey. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, hit the link. I will be uploading rituals, spells, whatever you want to call them. You guys have been telling me on Facebook and such what you want to see, so we will get that out there. All right, so I think that's all for this little mini masterclass. All right, have a good one. Bye.